Okay, so this video is on a question which is about fractions from worksheet 3 question 1. So let's start this. The question says that half of the children in each class have a dog, a fourth of them have cats, and 7 children do not have a pet. How many have a dog? And a few more questions. So, in these sort of questions, the first thing that we need to do is trying to simplify the question, and we can do that by several methods. One of them is using simple diagrams, and by using a simple diagram, we can, help ourselves to tackle these questions easier than, you know, they look in the first place. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start by a simple diagram. So this is a simple rectangle, and I'm going to try to, use this diagram as much as possible in order to help me to understand the question. So first of all, I need to understand what are the information that I have from the question, and after that, I need to understand what the question is asking. So first of all, it says that half of the children in this class have a dog. So the first thing is just dividing this shape into a half, and it says that half of those children have a dog. So this means that the first half, they all just have a dog. So very simple. Now the next bit of question says that a quarter have cats and 7 children do not have a pet. Okay, so now we know that from our original diagram, half of that is now shaded, or it's taken because half of them have dog. So this means that the rest of them are all going to be in the other half, which is here, this bit. So this means that, because now we need to understand the meaning of a quarter. So a quarter means half of a half. So this is the half, and half of this is also going to be a quarter. So, and this bit means that the people or the children who have a cat. So now we are only left with this bit, which says that, and 7 children do not have a pet, or in another words, the rest of them don't have a pet, which is going to be here, this bit. And we also said that this bit is a quarter or a fourth, and we know that here is a half. So the remaining bit, now we need to work out the remaining bit. So we need to know what fraction is this bit. So we have several methods to do that. One of them is simply, because remember, the whole or the total is 1. So if we want to work out this bit, we just need to say that 1 minus a half minus a quarter. So this is, this method is one of the methods that we can do in order to find this bit as a fraction. And by doing that, if we just, we can just take a common denominator of 4. So the first one is going to be 4 minus, here is 2 and here is 1. So by doing this, we will get a fourth. So this means that also this bit is a fourth, which is, exactly equal to this bit. So this means that, so half of the children have dog, fourth of them have cat, and also fourth of them, which are 7, fourth of them is 7, they don't have any, any pets. So this, now we realize that a quarter of the children, so let's say that we have n number of children, so n is just the total number of children. Let's say there are 10 in total, so a quarter of them is equal to, which is a quarter of n is equal to 7, because remember, we've worked this out, and this bit is a quarter, and a quarter of them is 7. So 7 of the students don't have anything, so a quarter of the student is 7. So this means that also, with the same logic, here also should be 7 students who have cats. So one more time, we work out that a quarter of a student is 7, so that here also we say that a quarter of them have cat, so this means that here also needs to be 7. So now we've answered, I think, this question, which says that how many have a cat, so 7 of them have a cat, so this here means 7 of them have a cat, and how many are in the class. So we need to answer 2 more questions. Now the first one is that how many have a dog. So this time we need to decide about this bit. So now we said that at the start of the recording, we said that half of a half is a quarter. So, and we know that a quarter of the students or the children in that class is 7. So half of the students should be 14. Because if you just think that, so a quarter of the student is 7, so, and a quarter is half of a half. So this means that half of the students should be 14, because if we divide 14 by 2, it's going to be 7, because we said that half of a half is a quarter. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. So with that logic, we also have worked out that 14 of the children have a dog. So 14 of them have a dog, 7 of them have a cat, and 7 of them don't have anything. And finally, the last bit is that how many are in the class altogether. So this just means that the total. So we know that 14 of them have a dog, 7 of them have a cat, and finally 7 of them don't have anything. So in total, there are going to be 21 children so it's going to be 28 children in that class. Okay, I hope that this video was helpful.